Do you got shitty sitting posture and it's messing you up in a bunch of different ways? Well, check this video out. I'm gonna teach you how to sit correctly. Hey, what's going on, guys? Tyler here from GarageWarrior.com today to talk about posture and sitting correctly, all right? I'm gonna read this question out loud. Sup, brother? I'm a college student, but back in high school, I was always the cool guy in the back of the classroom, leaning to the side for hours. My posture was horrible, but the average high school kid is not aware or doesn't care. Now my pelvis is slightly rotated to the side, my belly button is not centered, and I have an elevated shoulder. Also, one leg feels longer than the other. When I manually cover my center my pelvis, everything looks and feels better. Shoulders aligned, legs balanced, and no more hip joint pain. It's just uncomfortable trying to keep that position. I know I have a muscular imbalance somewhere. I want to be a SEAL after college, and this is really interfering with training. Is it my gluteus medius, the central nervous system? Is an amazing thing. Should I just sit in the opposite direction of the cool guy lean to reverse the effects? Thanks in advance, man. You're the first YouTube fitness guy I've subscribed to. Woo! Corey. My man, well, thank you for subscribing to me, brother. I'm gonna do everything I can to help you right now. And the reality is, I understand what you're talking about. I did the cool guy lean back in high school too, where you kind of, lean your whole body to the side. And if you'll notice from a physiological perspective, what's happening is that my pelvis is rotated forward towards the side I'm leaning. My abs are shortened on one side, they're lengthened on the other side. And then look at my shoulders, what happens? The shoulder always rolls toward the opposite leg, all right? This, my friend, is called upper cross syndrome, which means that if you try to turn and bring your elbow to your opposite knee, both directions, one side's gonna feel natural, because that's the way you lean this whole time. And the other side's gonna feel like, oh snap, how do I hold this position for any length of time? Okay, so that, my friend, is upper cross syndrome. Now, there's a few different ways we can tackle this for you, Corey. First of all, I would go to a qualified chiropractor and I would have them take an x-ray on your spine, because I would love to see whether or not there is a structural imbalance in your spine or if there's more of a muscle imbalance. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna see a little bit of both, okay? And so I would go to a chiropractor, I would get a spine x-ray, and you'll kind of see where those curves and twists happen in your spine. A chiropractor's job is to help restore mobility in the positions where your spine is trapped. Now let me make that very clear real quick. You don't just go to a chiropractor to get snap, 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 snap like crazy. You go to a chiropractor so they can restore mobility in trapped spinal joints. Now, if you don't accommodate that with better movement patterns, then all you will do is go back to that same position, okay? So we have to do a little bit of both. So go to a chiropractor, get them to loosen up the areas where they see obvious crookedness in your spine, and that will make this process a lot faster and easier for you to get your posture back, for you to activate your muscles again. So number 1 step is go to a chiropractor. Second from that is learn how to sit and learn how to sleep in a way that doesn't activate your dysfunction. So I'm sitting in a chair right now. One of the things you'll see people do, I'll go from a side angle for a second, is they slump, right? Or they slouch from one side to the other. And you'll notice by feeling your butt cheek, basically, which amount of pressure is in which side of your butt cheek, right? So if you're sitting in the chair, try to feel which butt cheek is pressing into the chair harder. If one is pressing into the chair harder, then you already have an imbalance in your core most likely, and we're gonna have to fix that by working on your posture and working the exercises I'll share with you in a second here too. So, first things first, you gotta get up on those sit bones. Most people, they sit on their tailbone. They sit with their butt rounded under like this. What we have to do is get up on those sit bones. The easy way to do that is to hinge forward like you're gonna do a deadlift, place your cheeks down, then come up into a tall position while keeping almost the tops of your hamstrings in contact with the chair. We're not trying to arch your back, we're just trying to keep our sit bones underneath our spine. So I'm gonna get that right here, boom. From there, there's a mild arch in your lower back, a mild arch in your upper back going the opposite direction, and your shoulder should go up, back, and down. Your shoulder should hang off the back of your neck. So if I'm right here, the center line of my shoulder should be right there at the center line of the back of my neck. If they're forward like this, you have shitty posture, watch my videos, start fixing that posture, okay? So sitting position, try to get into a good sitting position every time you do work, every time you're at school, so on and so forth. If you can't get into a good sitting position, then don't sit, stand. and make sure you get into a good standing position, which is all about same exact thing. Everything's tall, shoulders up, back, and down, tall to the top of the head, all right? So proper sitting position or proper standing position all the time. One of the things that I do, I'll tell you a little quick secret too, just a side tangent, is that when I work on my computer, which I do a lot, is I'll lie on my stomach and I'll type while I'm on my stomach. That way I stretch out my abdomen, I stretch out my hip flexors. I do the opposite of what sitting does for most people. So that's another tip for you right there. Okay, so step number 1, go see a chiropractor, have them mobilize the joints. Step number 2, work on your posture, sitting, standing, walking, and if you can, decompress your spine by working on your belly as much as you can as well. Step number 3 is start working on matching your rotational stability contralaterally, okay? So what that basically means is this. If you take a cable, you're at a gym or whatever, you take a high cable and you bring that cable down across and you bring your elbow towards your knee, right? A rotational movement pattern. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be a stick, you can do a high rotation thing like a wood chop kind of deal. You can just do a cable and bring it across with your elbow to your knee. I like to tell people to lead with their elbows, not with their hands. That way they focus more on their torso, not so much on their upper body. And try to match the strength and feel of one arm coming across the body to the other arm coming across the body. And what you'll notice is one side you'll pull it across your body and be like, oh, my core feels great, my lats connected, my pecs connected, my hips feel stable, and you're like, yeah, that's perfect. You go to the other side, you're like, whoa, how come it's not firing the right? So take your time and practice those rotational exercises, really trying to make them feel perfectly symmetrical. So that when you do a chop or when you do a cable pull across your body, any sort of rotational movement, it's completely the same feel as when you do it on the right side versus the left side. You start practicing exercises like this more in your training, and you're going to notice all of a sudden you start to feel that activation of rotational stability every time you do something. And when you can get them feeling exactly the same from the right side to the left side, then you'll know you're getting somewhere with really turning on your muscles again and starting to improve your posture and your performance so you, my friend, can go become a Navy SEAL. All right? So that's 3 steps. Chiropractor, posture in seating and standing positions, and 3, start doing some rotational stability exercises. Don't do them fast. Do them slow and focus on that muscle connection as you do them, and do those and you will start to fix your posture and you'll really, really see some awesome strides. So I really hope that helps you out, my man. If you guys dig this video, like it, share it with your friends, or leave a comment below letting me know what you think. Otherwise, if you have any questions for me, just click the button above that says Ask Tyler a Question, and I'll make you a video just like this to help you look, feel, and perform your best. All right? I'll see you in the next video.